My name is Anders Hansen, and I'm a psychiatrist and an author. We live longer than ever. In fact, life expectancy has doubled during the last 5 generations. And we don't just live longer, we are healthier, richer, and more peaceful than during any other period in human history. So why is it then that so many seem to feel bad? Why is 1 in 10 adults being prescribed antidepressant medication? That is the question I answer in my book, Brain Blues. Because I've realized that in order to understand this paradox, we have to start at the place where our emotions and feelings are created, in the brain. And the brain's main job is not to make us feel good. It is to help us survive. And during almost all our history, half of all humans died before they became teenagers. They did not die from cardiovascular disease or cancer, but from infections, starvations, bleeding, and murder. And since we are the offspring of the ones who survived, we have traits that helps us survive infections, starvation, bleeding, and murder. So what has that got to do with our well-being? Well, since the world that shaped humans was dangerous, it was wise to constantly plan for the worst. To constantly see danger and plan for the worst is what we call anxiety. Since half of our tendency to become anxious comes from our genes, it is not strange that there are people who suffer from anxiety. What is strange is that there are people who do not suffer from anxiety. But the fact that anxiety and even depressions may have saved our lives does not change that we want to get rid of them, of course. So in the second part of this book, I use the knowledge of the brain to see what we can do to avoid depressions and anxiety. And I particularly look at how the brain is affected by exercise and avoiding and helping others to avoid loneliness. Both of these, exercise and loneliness, are 2 giant low-hanging fruits when it comes to protecting us from anxiety and depression. In the final chapter of the book, I look at what science has to say about how we can become happy, what works, and what are the traps that we should try to avoid. My aim with this book is that you should not only understand yourself better in terms of how you function, but you should understand why you function the way you do. Because such knowledge is powerful. Advice on exercise and loneliness becomes more substantial when you understand what effects they have in the brain. And my experience is that when you learn about this, you will make changes in your life. It will come almost automatically. This book was released in Sweden during the autumn of 2021, and many readers have told me that the book has made them nicer and more understanding to themselves. My hope is that the book will have the same effect on you.